Good kick right in front of the goal, and it's in.
Second, cuts to the corner, take the shot, he scores!
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to AHN Arena, Peters Township High School. Tonight's matchup featuring the Avonworth Antelopes and your Peters Township Indians. And now let's meet tonight's starters. First for Avonworth. A 6'1" sophomore, number 0, Will Shields. Senior number 3, Eli Gardner. A 6'2" junior, number 12, Charlie Atkins. A 5'7" junior, number 20, Ricky Berry. And a 6'1" senior, number 32, Thomas Warner. And the head coach, Joe Frank. Starters for Peters Township. Starting at number 5'10", junior number 3, Cam Burke. Number 5'11", senior number 5, Jalen Number 5'10", sophomore, number 10, Number 6'1", senior, number 25, against number 4 is 6'8", junior, number 33, Jay Russell. Here's the head coach, Jim Herman, assisted by Kevin Lawrence and Jake Monroe.
All right, hello everyone, I'm Joe Segal. I'll be your play-by-play commentator.
And I'm Connor Seaman on color tonight. And Joe, it is a pleasure to be with you here tonight for this game.
Yes, home opener. Peters Township, obviously, coming off their dominant victory versus Mac.
Tonight we see the Indians match up against the Avonworth Antelopes in a non-section game. Avonworth playing up to come to Peters Township tonight. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that increased challenge that comes with playing those bigger schools in the non-conference slate.
With the tip-off, it's Wetzel. Peters Township in the white, Avonworth in the black. As here we go to start this home season at AHN Arena. On the top side is Donovan. Tries to find the paint for Wetzel, and Wetzel gets the first bucket.
Really good start here.
As Cam Kirk takes a hands on it, puts it out of bounds. And Avonworth coming in inbounds. It's going to be the number 20 of Ricky Berry, all the way to the top side. Peters Township some tight defense. And down low, tries to take the shot. And that one is going to be rebounded by Wetzel. Coming over is Dylan Donovan. Donovan's trying to get his way in, and caught a foul.
Yeah, charge there, just a little bit of a push off from Donovan, but a good start from Peters Township. Well held in the zone to get the stop, and then a good pacey attack by Donovan. Just couldn't get it to fall on the key.
Yeah, Chase Cobblitz had a really good performance in his last game versus Mac. He's going to need one again this whole season, trying to get back to the Olympic Championship, and this time looking for a win. Down in the paint for a shot, and now we're tied up at 2.
And it looks like Avonworth early on in this one has identified right around that charity stripe as a soft spot in this Peters Township zone that they've come out in. It'll be interesting to see if Peters Township sticks with that the whole game.
Definitely right there. Wetzel down low. He's got 2 men on him. Going to find the outside. Greco driving back and forth. And Kirk up top. This makes way back to Kirk, all the way up top for number 10 down low. Inside for Donovan, Wetzel down low, and Wetzel just an easy layup. Your top to take back. Avonworth on the top side, getting ready for it, and they go down low, and same play yet again, and this time it works.
It's that same soft spot in this Peters Township zone right at the top of the key. Expect Avonworth to drive right at that until it stops working.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. Pass down low, all the way side. Donovan for three. Donovan, just off the glass, and rebounded by Avonworth. So Avonworth with a chance to take the lead. Here they come. Diving into the paint down low, and a shot for three. Off the rebound, and grabbed by number 5 of Jaden Greco. Greco down low, 3 men on him, and shooting foul. He's going to line for 2 shots.
Just a pacey end-to-end start here. Peters Township, you have to think, as the bigger school, will want to slow it down a little bit as this one sort of finds a rhythm and gets into one. But very good stuff from Jaden Greco. They're driving and finding the contact.
Nothing but net for Greco in the first one. Xavier Knox in.
Xavier Knox.
And Greco 1 for 2, but rebounded by Knox, and tries to feed it to Wetzel. But goes out of bounds. Avonworth ball. Also coming in, Lucas Sachs.
Looks like that same zone again. Look for the same play to be run for Avonworth here.
Looking, they go down low, and same shot. Mike got a hand on it, and picked up by number 10, Daniel Duddick.
I think that was Wetzel on the block, and you never want to try and shoot over someone that tall.
And that's
and one.
So Cody Sulinar, I don't want me to butcher that, but coming into the game, Donovan gets the 1. 3-point play. So up top yet again, they go right down on the paint, and coming inside, and that one's for 3. Tie game. Connor, Avonworth is keeping the run so far. See if Peters Township pulls away.
Avonworth has done a good job in this one of hitting their shots when they've needed to, staying solid and compact defensively. And Peters Township just hasn't been able to find that separation, but they look to have gotten him a little stretched. Dudek finds the corner, no good. Donovan with the rebound.
He's got Dudek on this far side and Sachs below, but he's going to take himself, and this time, just at the rim and out. Sachs on the defense, and he's going to pull it up on shot for the 3, and just picked up by Xavier Knox. Dylan Donovan looking, dribbling, and he's got a lane, and he's got a shot, and he's got almost 2. Will not, comes up with 0.
And that one will probably get whistled against Xavier Knox. They're just a little bit aggressive with the hands, but good stuff from Peters Township, seeing that opportunity and trying to hold it in.
See frustration by Dylan Donovan, not happy about missing that layup, but Peters Township make some substitutions, and they're going to know that their boys are going to be rested, and they're going to get ready for this game.
Looks like Chokel, Cooper Donovan, and Greco back into the game for the Indians now.
Will Shields takes it up, since at 6'1". It's accurate anyway. Drives in and takes a jump shot, and bounces right in.
Avonworth with their first lead of the game here. Avonworth leads 9-8 with 3:45 to go in the first quarter.
Sachs looking, Sachs trying to find the cross all the way down low. This has got Jane Greco, but pass up to Sachs. It's back to Greco still looking. Puts it down low on the side. Xavier Knox down low. Xavier Knox puts it back in.
Good contested finish at the rim from Knox. Good vision to find him on the pass, and Peters Township retakes the lead right away here.
Peters Township playing smart basketball. Puts it up. A great pass, and Mike got a hand on it. I think he did.
I think that was Greco on the block now.
Greco takes the other way, trying to look for an option. He finds a man down low. It's Sachs, and Sachs.
And one for
I will
Sachs.
say they gave it to him.
Avonworth coach not happy there, but
Lucas Sachs.
Lucas Sachs with some good composure, good concentration to get the finish even through the contact, and now a chance to make this a 2-possession game for Peters Township.
Lucas Sachs, the 5'11 guard, puts it in. Sophomore here at Peters Township High School.
13-9 Peters Township with their biggest lead of the contest so far.
Yeah, 3 minutes to play. Looks like Don Donovan getting ready to sub back in. Can Avonworth get one? 2 or 3? Let's see. As they put it up top, the number 0, Will Shields. And turnover. Rush coming for Peters Township. Peters Township. Oh, Greco denied. All ball right there, clean play. Wetzel and Donovan in. As you know, Wetzel, younger brother of Natalie Wetzel, top Peters Township player, and now Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Miami, and you know, it's interesting seeing a player that you saw in the hallways at school just a couple months ago and now showing up on your Instagram page.
Going viral for some silly reasons.
Absolutely. Had a great game. I believe it was against another Florida school this past week. Really good freshman season from her, and her brother not doing so bad for himself here at Peters Township.
Good screen, finds some space. Donovan didn't take the shot though, trying to drive it in, and he's gonna just bounce it out. Grabs his own rebound, and this time, still not gonna go in.
Donovan just having a hard time at the rim in this one. Hasn't quite found that touch just yet, but seems determined to shoot his way out of it. And you think with a player of his quality that he has to sooner rather than later.
Cooper Donovan on the defense, trying to get around is Will Shields. Shields passes up and right in the paint. He's got a space for 3, and he's got just out of bounds. And Peters Township going to get the inbound. Student section looks like it's filling up. So nice showing back there for the home opener.
Absolutely. Dudek back into the game for Peters Township here, as well as Cam Kirsch checking back in down in that offensive end.
Dudek going to walk the line. Got Donovan in the paint. Donovan fakes the shot. He's got the 3, and he's got nothing right there.
Good rebound by Wetzel.
Wetzel. Good line for 2. You know, I saw last year Wetzel did have a bit of a trouble with on the free throws. Bit of a whack-shack moment. I don't think that was intentional there, but I think it would be fair to compare his archetype to Shaquille O'Neal, great player in the Lakers.
Absolutely.
It's tough not to when you stand at that stature. And
a little short on the first free throw, but don't forget Shaquille O'Neal, also formerly of the Boston Celtics. Can't talk about Shaq's career without mentioning the Orlando Magic, I believe it was as well.
I think he did actually complete the rainbow jersey. So, but Wetzel so far, right now just in the red and white.
This is the second. Cooper Donovan with a very good heads-up play to finish at the rim.
So I hate to be right about Wetzel there, not too talented on the free throws, but I think that makes up for it in his height and just good defense. Because he always had a few blocks. Down low, and that one's going to get lost, and that one is going to be called Avonworth.
Student section doesn't like the call. Not sure we had the best angle to see up in the booth, but the ref right there, I'm inclined to go with his judgment on that one.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's around 20 refs sitting right there, and none of them called it for Peters Township, so.
Yeah. And then the offensive foul.
So 5 fouls for Peters Township, they reached the bonus.
And Peters Township in this first quarter has done a good job of weathering that early storm from Avonworth, showing the composure to be able to hang in, stay solid defensively, not get flustered, and now with a chance to extend this lead out to a point that you start feeling a little bit better about the performance on the scoreline.
All the way up top, all the way across. Try to find Donovan down low, but intercepted. And here comes Avonworth with a big rush, but slows it down. Spinning, Will Shields can't get there. Donovan with the rebounds. He's got Wetzel low, but he don't take the shot himself and can't find anything. And they try to get back to Donovan on the top point, and Donovan's trying to get back for defense. So it's the down the jumper, nothing, rebounds, and they're called Pierce Township ball.
I think that foul went against number 22, Nate Gertz, right there, and I think that'll be down Peters Township shooting here.
That one fell on 22, Nate Getz.
Yeah, Nate gets with the foul.
To the line for Peters Township, number 3, Cam Kirk.
Cam Kirk down low. Can extend this lead to 8 points.
Foul shots continue to be a little bit of an issue here for Peters Township early on. I think that's now 2 for 6, if my count's correct.
Yeah, it's very similar. I think Greco driving both of those points. But he's going to salvage 1 point, gets that lead to 7. Just under a minute to play and see what Avonworth can cook up here in these last. Will Shields looking like a common play. Just give the ball to him.
And now Peters Township, you see they've switched into this man coverage. You think that zone got a little bit exploited from Avonworth early on. Good wherewithal from this Peters Township coaching staff to see wasn't working and make a change when they needed to as Donovan grabs this rebound.
Donovan's got time, plenty of time and space to work about, and he's going to get, I think, they're calling Avonworth foul, and that's going to bring Donovan to the line.
The line for Peters Township, 25, Dylan Donovan.
Dylan Donovan chasing career-high numbers here in this season. He might get his name on a plaque here that Peters Township so gratefully has, commemorating all their individual achievements and team achievements.
Jet Gerber returns for Peters Township.
All right, rakes in the first one, now for the second one. But you will. 22.9 seconds left on the clock.
Peters Township doubling up Avonworth here, 18-9 in the early going as Greco hounding on defense. Dudek with it, gets it back to Greco.
And Greco, easy layup. Good pressure down Peters Township. 5 seconds left, one last Steve going. 3, 2, has to take the shot. All the way from front on the logo. And that
Gardner drains it. Eli Gardner threw it up on a prayer and hits it to cut this Peters Township lead to 8 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if the NBA, or the NBA changed those last-minute heaves to not count. I don't know if PIA still changed it, but either way, sunk it in. 20-12 Peters Township in the first quarter, as you said, Connor. We'll be back right after this momentary timeout. All right, but with it, Avonworth starting off down by 8. Peters Township, pretty nice first quarter we got. Barking orders as the Peters Township coaches. And onto the top side. 3-point incoming, and that one's just going to fall short. Picked up by Dylan Donovan.
That 3 from Gardner, not quite as successful as his last-minute heave to end the first quarter, but when you got the hot hand, I think those sorts of shots can be excused.
And well, Wetzel, just misses it, but rebound by Peters Township, and they can again. Wetzel misses again. Wetzel, this time he gets it.
And I think the 4th time of asking, Peters Township finally puts one in at the rim.
Oh, Wetzel denies him. Oh, there we go, a foul. Sorry, I don't think it's foul. Just Avonworth ball. My apologies. Jumped the gun a bit too early in that. Either way, that's not a decision you want to make against Wetzel.
Foul on the floor, it looks like, against Lucas Sachs there, I believe.
So number 20 is Ricky Barry. He stands at 5'7", going gets 6'8", Jake Wetzel.
And you know, when that big of a mismatch is on the inbounds pass, you kind of expect a mistake or a rush to be made, and that's exactly what Avonworth did, giving the ball right back to Peters Township.
Picking up Lucas Sack. He's got Dylan Donovan to support him.
You know, Sachs is having one of those days where it feels like he is all over this game.
And there we go for the 3. Oh! Daniel Duddick, 5'10" sophomore. Puts 3 on the board.
A little bit of frustration there from Will Shields in after the timeout from Peters Township stretches that lead to 25-12 with 7:03 to go in this second quarter of action.
For Todd's program, fans are located inside AHN Arena through December 19th.
Yeah, so a bit what we expected so far. Peters Township coming off, and their plays are running successful. Obviously a little hiccups here and there, but definitely outplaying Avonworth, and Avonworth still. They're not still playing terribly either. They're keeping their keep.
Avonworth started hot there, played with Peters Township, but for an early season non-conference game, you're just looking to sort of work out those hiccups that you've seen in preseason, and Peters Township, I think, can't really be asking for much more than what you got in those first quarter and about a minute. Really starting to put some separation between them and Avonworth. If they can keep that up, maybe you look a little bit farther down the bench, try and get some younger guys in this second half. But very successful. Peters Township going to just look to continue that as we keep going today.
As we get whistled on in, Avonworth rebound. Charlie Iggums, the junior.
Looks like Lucas Sachs trying to get under, that's number 3, Eli Gardner's skin, and foul called against Sachs.
Yeah, I can see that coming right there.
Here's Township's foul on number 12, Lucas Sachs.
Coach not happy about that, told him to not do that again. Second foul of the quarter for Peters Township. Avonworth playing a cleaner game, I'd say, in this inning.
Great steal by Greco. Can he find Donovan, or will he take it himself?
Just going to give it to Knox up top. Greco looking. And Greco in the paint, bouncing forward and shoots it up, and that's a layup for 2.
Good finish through the contact, stretches this lead out to 15, which I believe is the biggest Indian lead of the night.
Will Shields coming in, 3 guys on him, and that one is just going to bounce out, but the rebound picked up, and that's going to be put in. 17 of, or sorry, trying to find the number 12 of Charlie Iggums, the junior. Pass, Xavier Knox up top, just going to hand it off to Dylan Donovan. Donovan, almost puts it in, and Xavier Knox can't find the rebound. And off Xavier Knox, trying to find Charlie Iggums down low, but it's going to be an inbound for Avonworth coming in.
Cooper Donovan checking in, taking out Danny Dudek, and now both Donovan brothers into the game.
I think Peters likes is having a sibling duo out there. And it's not in most sports. It's Charlie Iggums looking up top, trying to find something. And right back to Will Shields as they get the reset up top. Eli Gardner looking, turnover, and that one's going to fall down low. Will Shields has the 3, and Will Shields has nothing but net.
A little bit lucky there for the Lopes, and Peters Township will feel slightly hard done by that. Looks like they only gave it as a 2 on the scoreboard, but Peters Township looking to respond quick.
Yeah, it may have been right on the line. Down low, with the rebound, or sorry, just the layup, Cooper Donovan, 5'11". The Garden forward, putting it easily in. Spins out of it, looks down low, another 3 shot, and that one's going to go against. So reigning 3s is Avonworth. This time they'll give it to them. Peters Township still by 9, though.
Avonworth cutting into this lead. You think Peters Township really wants to get at least a bucket back, and Xavier Knox with the putback to answer.
Xavier Knox, his sister obviously, pretty good athlete. Alex Knox on the girls volleyball helped them lead to the Whitfield Championship. He's hoping to do it for his team here. It's foul called, Peters Township, reaching.
Looks like Dudek, Wetzel, and Chokel checking back in for Peters Township, taking out Sachs, Knox, and Greco.
Got to keep those guys fresh. Lots of young talent, old talent on this team, so everyone deserves to get some reps. Another 3 shot. Can this one get in? This one will not. Picked up by Dudek. Dudek's just trying to find some time and space, and he will. He's got Donovan at top. Donovan looking for his options as he scours the court. Takes a 3, can't find anything, and a chase for the rebound, and whistle down.
That one will go against Chase Choco there. Just came in a little bit through the back. Didn't seem too egregious, but when the player goes down like that, referee's going to be inclined to call it. And so Avonworth now are going to get to take it up on their own baseline.
Yeah, so Avonworth now at 4, or Pierce Township at 4 fouls. So if I'm Avonworth, I play a bit more aggressive, try to draw that 5th foul, get the bonus. Anything draw it back in. Will Shields down low. Will Shields.
And one.
Just got into his landing space.
Will Shields having a very, very good first half so far. 14 points for the Antelopes, and he really has been everything for their offense.
But can't put it in there. Wetzel, you're not taking the rebound away from him. On to Donovan, back to Dudek. Dudek's still looking. He's got Wetzel on the very top side. But that's shot's not for him. On the big shot, Cooper Donovan for 3. Haha.
And the answer stretches it right back up to 12 for Peters Township.
Can they spawn the 3 of their own? No, Wetzel picks it up. Dudek looking to Donovan. All the way for 3 again, and this one just a bit too short.
Rebound taken in by Gardner now.
Puts it down low. Will Shields for the 3. Will Shields can't get anything. Finds Donovan down low, though.
Looked like it might have been tipped just from its trajectory, and so Wenzel again disrupting these shots from Avonworth now.
Donovan didn't have the angle. Tries to find a way in, and that one.
Charge!
Going to draw the foul. First foul of the second period for Avonworth. 3:26 left to play here in this quarter, in this half. Lucas Sachs all the way to Dudek.
Greco backing down. Good finish from Jaden Greco, the senior there, showing the experience and the strength to back down and finish.
Puts it down low. He's got a man and can't find anything. It was Cooper Donovan on the defense. Donovan on the defense yet again. For the 3, not high enough. And Wetzel takes the rebound, takes the body with him. Cooper Donovan yet again looking. He shows down low. He finds a man at top. Greco doesn't take the 3. Puts Wetzel at top. That shot's not for him. Wetzel driving in. You can't stop the big guy. You can only stop himself.
Just a little heavy on the hook, but really good work to find himself open as Gardner 3 hits back iron, and that'll be out off of, I think that is Cooper Donovan down in the corner.
36-22 is still a sizable lead for Pierce Township. Oh, so you play to the last minute. It's going to be inbounded right here for number 12, Charlie Eggums, all the way back to the back row.
Now Sachs guarding Gardner. Remember last time we saw that matchup? Sachs just trying to be a little physical, get under the skin. So something to watch here.
They got the screen, they got space, they got the shot, and that one's going to fall for 2. Down low for 3, can take the response. Oh, just puts it off the rim, but inbounded by Greco. Greco looking for space. Greco finding an easy bucket.
I think Jaden's really played well in this first half. Just seemed to find the right space, showed good composure at the rim, good finishing touch. He's been one of the bright spots for Peters Township here early on.
Wetzel with the rebound yet again. You know, also to point out, Jaden Greco, injured for much of the offseason with an injury on his leg, wearing a boot for often time, but back in action today, and showing how much he was missed in these practices.
And especially on a team with only 3 seniors, each one of their veteran leadership is so appreciated by this coaching staff and this team. Really important to have those guys healthy for Peters Township this year.
Wetzel, rebound yet again. Just repeating myself. Yeah, especially last year with Mickey Vaccarella, obviously having to leave early for Sanford, and Ben Doomer, and several others helping lead his way, both the McCullough cousins. And that one just goes off the rim for 3. Don and Dudek chasing after it. Just under a minute to play. Shot for 3. Can't go anywhere. That one just going out of bounds.
And with 49.4 ticks left in this second quarter in the first half, Peters Township leads Avonworth by a score of 38-24.
Will Shields, a sophomore. And a timeout. Let's see what the call is.
Not quite sure what happened with the whistle here.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe clock adjustment or maybe I think they're doing like the visible counting and they just need to get their numbers right. As they find a man down low. They find one for the layup and Avonworth gets the easy bucket. 35 seconds left. Peters Township still trying to find one. Daniel Dudek.
Now will Peters Township run the offense or will they try and take some time off? Foul whistle. Looks like that's going to go against 33 for Avonworth. Cody Swinar.
All right, so our first timeout for Peters Township taken. Trying to pick up one last play.
And it'll be interesting to see how Peters Township handles this coming off of the inbound. Will they try to run that clock, ensure that they get the last shot of the half, or will they try and run the offense, try and take the points, and then cede that last shot to Avonworth? Up 12, I think you could really go with either. I might make the call to try and hold for that last shot, just stay clean, stay into the half up double digits. But if you're feeling the momentum, if you're feeling hot and you see a look you like, I don't see any reason why you don't go and take it.
Yeah, especially because it's like the first home game of the season, and you know you have a sizable lead right now. I think you have nothing to lose. You want to send a message to these upcoming section teams and upcoming non-section teams that you're here to win.
Exactly. In these early season games, in addition to just sending a message, those are confidence builders for yourself. Where if you can go out and win this game by 20, 25 points, that builds that belief that you can really use as a foundation for the rest of the season.
Well, let's see what they call.
Avonworth dropping into a zone, looks like. Peters Township trying to play for that last shot.
Coming in, Dylan Donovan for three. Dylan Donovan, just off the rim, and he's going to be picked up. It's picked by Avonworth. They got a rush, and Avonworth can't find the net. Picked up, 1 second left, no seconds left. 38-26. Here we go at halftime. All smiles for Peters Township, I'd say.
I would agree with that. I think Avonworth have done a good job of hanging in, not letting this one get out of hand or get away from them, but that quality and that size of Peters Township that they really just can't compete with seems to be the difference in this, and you don't know if they're going to be able to overcome that in this second half.
So right there. Peters Township, 38. Avonworth, 26. We go back after this halftime break. All right, hello everyone. Welcome back on PT67. Peters Township in the white, Avonworth in the black here in the second half. Connor, what's your thoughts and feelings on the game so far?
Well, you know, that first half, Avonworth came out of the gates, started decently hot, kept it close with Peters Township until they were able to go on a little bit of a run, get some separation, and then it's been hanging out between 9 points and 15. I think if Peters Township could keep it there, they'd be happy. They could get it, as Donovan blocked at the rim, if they could get it any higher, I think they'd be happier with that. But for Peters Township, I think your goal in the second half is keep it clean like it was in the first half. Don't make any silly mistakes, and really just don't let this game get interesting.
Donovan makes a three.
And that's a really important basket for him. You feel like he's been a little bit cold tonight, just needed a make to sort of get out of that funk, and shooters shoot their way out of slumps, and that's what you really like seeing from Donovan.
Yeah, only putting up 8 points so far, so an off day for Donovan. Donovan coming off with another bucket. Like I said, Donovan coming off on a hot start in the paint again, like we saw earlier, and Dylan Donovan trying to get the steal, and he will.
And really good start to the second half here from Dylan Donovan. Peters Township sitting back into that zone that they started the game in. Avonworth has tried to get some chances as Greco draws the contact and the foul.
It's a good steal right there. It reminds me of my days in the rec basketball, where I was playing against a certain Connor Seaman who kept stealing the basketball, and You weren't allowed to do that at the Eddie's group, so
Well, yes,
a bit
I
of a frustration for Connor.
Yes, that was, and I'm impressed that you remember my days at Upward Basketball, Joey. I was very disappointed that I couldn't steal the ball. And really, that was the end of my basketball playing days. I was never very good, I was never very tall, and I didn't have a jump shot, so really no hope for me on the hardwood, but glad that I found that passion elsewhere on the soccer field.
Yeah, and I found that passion up here in the booth, where I'm commentating right now with you.
Yeah, I think it all worked out okay, Joe.
I think it did. All right, Peters Township back with it after the short timeout.
I believe it's Greco who will be at the line shooting 2 here. And the foul stripe woes continue for Peters Township. Not a great night from the charity line, but that's something that early in the season you really want to work out, and better to have those problems now than later down the road in those playoffs.
Greco makes one back, so good enough there. That's brought down by number 12, trying to drive it on in, looking for a space, and puts it down low. Ball flies on the ground and picked up by Wetzel off the carom. Greco down low again, trying to find his man up top. He does. And it's number 3 of Karen Kirk. Down low for Wetzel. Wetzel driving his way in, and Wetzel just with the hook up and in.
And for the first time tonight, this Peters Township lead extended out to 20.
Avonworth not giving up yet. Trying to find Will Shields down low. Just got a man down low. Stolen by Dylan Donovan. As he gets a little bit of help from Wetzel on the screen. Donovan drives the paint and puts it down low.
A great finish at the rim, and Peters Township started this second half very, very hot. I believe that is a 10-0 run in the first minute 44 of this second half.
Yeah, hence the timeout called by Avonworth. Not happy with how they started in the second half. Peters Township pulling away greatly. Lead goes up to 22 points.
Now, I don't know how much of the start to the second half has been Avonworth making mistakes and how much of it has just been Dylan Donovan deciding at halftime that he was going to take this game over. He's had a very strong start and something that really, really encouraging for Peters Township to see now.
Yeah, started around like what, 5 points, maybe 6 points in the first half. Started double that as we're only a few minutes here into this third quarter.
Very, very strong showing from him and the rest of this Peters Township team.
Yeah. Of course, can't mention Jaden Greco, the senior, also putting up 10 points, and Wetzel 8 points, but you know, I think his stats most show up on the defensive side, getting several blocks and rebounds.
All those rebounds, feels like every time a shot doesn't drop, you're calling his name on the rebound here tonight, Joe. And I know I mentioned it towards the end of that first half, but Will Shields for Avonworth with 14 of their 26 points. He's going to be a really, really key player if Peters Township really wants to take this game out of contention to shut down.
We'll see how they deal with him right here. Avonworth coming down and up, but taken by the bounce is Avonworth as they find Will Shields down low. Will Shields trying to drive it on the paint and just going to get the pass off. A bit of a blocked view, I couldn't see it, but some sort of whistle. It looks like it's just going to be an inbounds. Yeah, no foul called. And bounce called, they're going to give it to Peters Township. It's a good defensive stand for them.
That I really feel like is the first major mistake of the second half from Avonworth. I know the coaching staff weren't super happy calling that timeout, but they're just not quite on the same page, and it's difficult in these sorts of games to keep that composure and keep that connection in your offense the whole time.
And if you're Peters Township, you also can't get stuck up in this lead that you have. You got to play like it's still 0-0. Pass down low. Greco looking. He's got Cameron Kirsch down low. Passed up all the way to Xavier Knox. And he's got Dylan Donovan. Dylan Donovan in space. He's going to take the shot, and he's going to take the buckets.
And his incredible start to the second half continues as Peters Township now takes a 24-point lead, 12-0 run to start this second half.
And hit that 50-point mark.
And out off of Avonworth. Looked like it took maybe a touch off the Avonworth player's shoe or his leg there.
Just a common mistake, you know. Even though skilled players, they make those players. Lucas Sachs looking in. Gives it to the big man Donovan. Dylan Donovan, 2 men on him, and that one's going to go out, but here's possession still.
Here comes his brother back into the game for Cam Kirsch.
They're going to give Lucas Sachs the inbound. Trying to find some space, and there was a legal touch right there. So
Foul going to go against, I think that's 33, Cody Swinar.
Well, so here we go again. All the way top side for Xavier Knox. Knox is going to pass it all the way bottom side for number 12. Lucas Sachs is basically up to the point of Dylan Donovan. Donovan has room. Donovan has a shot, and Donovan, rims out, but picked right up by the 13 of Xavier Knox for the 2. I don't think Avonworth has gotten a single point so far, have they?
No, a massive run, and Greco looking to keep it up.
And almost blocked, but gets it in.
Another charge timeout to Avonworth, and this Peters Township run continues by my count now up to, I think, 16.
Pretty sure. She hit the reset button for Avonworth, and that's what they were trying to do with these timeouts.
And as I said at halftime, just Avonworth was looking to come into the second half, keep it close, see if maybe they could catch lightning in a bottle in that fourth quarter. But when Peters Township started the second half with the intent that they have, really nothing you can do, especially with the size and the mismatches that Peters Township's getting all over the court.
You know, sometimes they say it's about the X's and O's, but I think it's pretty clear right now that the difference here is the Jimmys and the Joes.
Absolutely, there, Joey.
And that's not to say that Avonworth doesn't have just the talented players of their own. They have plenty of good, like we can call Bill Shields all night, the number 0, sophomore guard. But he's going to have to step up right here if he wants to get his team back close to it.
Absolutely. And Avonworth, even with Will Shields having the good night that he's having, you feel if they want, you feel the game is over as a contest at this point with this 28-point lead for Peters Township. But if Avonworth wants to get this score line closer and looking a little bit better on the schedule towards the end of the season, they're going to need to diversify and get some other guys involved. And you don't know where it's going to come in the roster, but it has to come from somewhere.
Yeah, every single one of these people, they all have the film out there, so they want to see that you can play even when it's looking rough. Takes the pass down there. Oh! Just picked it off. And down low, Cooper Donovan on the alley-oop, and that one's going to get in.
18-0 run for Peters Township has stretched the lead up to 30.
Just wow. Here comes Avonworth in. Xavier Knox falls down, but quickly recovers. As he walks the line up top.
And now defensively, it looks like this run is probably going to be a point of pride for Peters Township. See how far you can stretch it before you let him get a point. Not even the dead ball shots falling for Avonworth right now.
And looks like they are running the clock for Avonworth for Avonworth's deficit.
Now, Joey, correct me, is that a 30-point marker in high school basketball?
I believe so. It is the 30-point marker.
And a 5-second violation there with the turnover, and the wheels starting to fall off a little bit for the Lopes now. You know, Antelope's not a crazy common mascot in sports. I think I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 other institutions that use it. I know Grand Canyon. I don't know if I can think of any others. 20-0 run for the Indians now.
Indians is, some variation of this, bit common. Puts it up, and there we go. There ends the scoring drought for Avonworth.
And finally now, after a 20-0 run to start the second half, Peters Township, that's the sort of thing. Speaking about confidence earlier today, those sorts of runs are real nice to see early in the season. Now that foul will get whistled against number 11, Chad Wright.
But at least that's pretty clean game so far in this third quarter. Obviously plenty of time left to get ugly, but I don't think it will.
That one will get whistled against Wright again. Looked like a hold. Clock continues to run.
Up top, Xavier Knox still looking. And just going to hand it off all the way to the corner shot. Corner for 21, and that one.
Basket will count. Foul on Xavier Knox.
They will count. Yes, they will. Chase Choco, the junior, stands at 5'10". Going to get it his first three of the night. Yeah, so we start seeing Peters Township obviously giving up to the second stringers, get their reps and preparing for any circumstance that could happen later in the season.
That foul will go against, I think that was Chase Choco there. I think that's his fourth of the night.
We just get under a minute here.
21, Chase Choco, and to the line for Avonworth, 33, Cody Swinner.
It will be his fourth. Might see Chase maybe taken out in a little bit.
I would think probably sending someone up to the line, maybe trying to let him see out the quarter and then maybe end his night, especially if we're going to have a running clock here for this fourth quarter, with the lead being 32 for Peters Township. Now, full court press for Avonworth. Will Peters try and call a timeout? Need to break the timeline. They will.
Good adjustment there by Avonworth. Maybe, obviously, just a little too late, but definitely free Peters Township up. But I don't think they really care about taking the timeouts. They got 3 more left to use.
The full court press, really interesting when that's chosen to be deployed, because you see it have success in these games that are already out of hand, but when it's close, you don't want to take that risk of potentially getting broken and allowing those easy baskets in transition. So really interesting to see when coaches deploy that, when they show it on film, especially with teams trying to figure out looking at those section opponents, finding that film and trying to figure out what they're going up against and what to expect in these matchups before they really have that experience playing these section teams.
Yeah, I think it's so much like how, in football analogy here is that, like in those late game scenarios, you obviously run either a cover 3 or cover 4 defense. Just you don't ever want to give up like the big touchdown. But obviously right down here, you're blitzing everyone, just trying to see something up. Because if you give up a point, nothing changes. Xavier knocks up to the top side. And down low to the shot. Easily up for Lucas Sachs. So we just go under 30 seconds left to play. 3 ball here, air balls it. Dylan Donovan, see if he can take one last shove. Donovan looking, Donovan driving, pulls up just a bit, and finds his man down for 3. Lucas Sachs for 3.
Sachs drains it, takes this lead out now to 37 points for Peters Township.
Trying to find a shot. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. Drives it in, and he gets it in. 2, 1. One last heave, and hits the rim. That was close though. All right.
And Peters Township, in that third quarter, I believe went on a 28-5 run, stretching this lead out to 35 from 12 at halftime. And now heading into the last 8 minutes, you'll think running clock the whole time. Should be a fairly elementary contest from here on out.
It's what Peters Township was expecting the whole time. Took a bit later than expected, but maybe a bit like nervous playing in front of the home crowd. 66-31. We'll see you after this short little break.
to Avonworth tomorrow in the PIA Football Championship against Western League. Fourth quarter possession, Avonworth.
All right, back with it. Still in Pierce Township shooting on our left side. Avonworth to put it back into possession.
Eli Gardner with it, finds, I think that's number.
So they get the three easily. Dylan Donovan still in there, 16 points tonight. As Dylan Donovan takes the three, Blitzler, and they're going to call a travel.
Yeah, it looked a little bit tight, but you can definitely see what the official saw there. I think right on the borderline, and especially up 32 points, you know the official's probably going to be more inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to the smaller school in this situation.
That student section, so large and loud, cheering on their boys. There we go, driving in, spinning, and oh, Wetzel knocks it out, but can't pick it up. Donovan on the defense, they find a man down low and tries to put it up, and they're going to go to the line for two.
Gardner draws the foul. 2 men on him. You think that you heard some skin-on-skin contact. It looked like at least one of them got purely the ball, but the sound told the story there, and you think that's probably what influenced the whistle.
The clock will stop here on the fouls.
As Kirsch and Greco check back into the game for Peters Township. You know, a little bit surprised to see the bench not getting too terribly much longer here for Peters Township. Maybe looking for Tanous to get in the game, number 24.
But we still got the dining dude. Oh! Jane Greco, Dylan Donovan, and Jake Wetzel.
We're trying to draw the charge at this point in the game. A little bit surprised it wasn't whistled, even though I think a good no call.
Takes a shot, drives into the paint, and shooting foul yet again.
That running clock still in play here.
So maybe they got to stop it now. Avonworth also mirroring up Pierce Township with the troubles on the free throws.
Again, just those early season contests, you know, you're not quite into the rhythm of the year yet. Those foul shots, and looked like a lane violation there. I think they're going to call that on Wenzel. It looked like just went a little bit early, going to give number 12, Charlie Iggums, the third chance at the line now.
This time he drains it.
You know, third time's the charm there from the charity stripe.
Full court press, gets it out. He's got room. He's got Dylan Donovan, except he doesn't as it's intercepted. And he's got a man down low, went back on defense, and Jake Wetzel on the grab, and it's going to be jump ball.
Jump ball, possession, Peters Township.
Incoming, here we go. Greco driving in. Greco, tries to hit Wetzel. But just the drive in the handle.
Peters Township really looking for an alley-oop now to put the exclamation mark on this. That's
I
now
will
two.
say, last year when the Wetzel would go up for the dunks, that was probably the best moment. And it's also still pretty good when other teams would dunk on Peters Township. But, you know, we're just here for the dunks. Wetzel up top.
You know, I remember hearing a story, Joe, back in the mid-'90s when Moon and Montour, noted rivals, would play. Moon knew they were better and would dunk in warm-ups for that fear factor, taking those 6 foul shots for Montour on the 3 dunks just for that intimidation.
Finds a man down low. Going to cut the deficit to 30 this time. Can they find it again? Looks like there's Garden Wetzel. Not going to have that highlight reel on their court, or at least while they're at the court. Greco taking his time. He's got a screen from Wetzel and just misfires. Coming back on the rush. He's got man and just going to stop real quick as he's going to retreat for getting more numbers. 3-ball there.
Cuts the lead back down to 27 here, and now Avonworth putting together a little run of their own.
Greco up top. Oh, intercepted again. Peters Township playing a bit careless here as the Hail Mary pass is nowhere to found as someone goes out of play.
And you feel like this Peters Township coaching staff would just want a little bit more composure, slow it down a little, less of the sloppy, aggressive plays, and see this one out. 3:52 left, the running clock still rolling. Just see this one out to the finish.
Okay, looking and driving, and up top side, Greco puts it down low for Xavier Knox. He's got the 22 Bear Blood up top, but it won't go for him. Oh, Bear Blood punches it out on the drive, incoming is Lucas Sachs. Bear Blood, oh, just can't handle it. I think it is worth mentioning Bear Blood, also a varsity boys volleyball player. So he's going to be playing this court here in the spring. So many multi-talented athletes here on the basketball team. He's like Lucas Ross especially, and
Chokel getting back up for the Indians, looking like he'll check in here in the final 3 minutes.
2:40 left. On the bottom side is a 22, looking for options, can't find anything. So they're just going to pass it around. Peters Township in the zone, picked off by the 22, Bear Blood. Bear still looking, Knox down low as he finds Lucas Sachs. Daniel Dudek to Sachs, all the way down low onto the corner to Xavier Knox. Davin looking, he's trying to find a lane, but can't find anything.
That one that'll go against Nate Gertz, the 6'2 junior for Avonworth here.
Just under 2 minutes to play here in this home opener at AHN Arena. I'm Joe Schiel, play commentator.
Connor Seaman on color tonight, and you know, Joe, it was a real fun night getting out. Home opener, Peters Township. Always a good thing when you start emptying out the stands at the start of the fourth quarter. You know, you wish the fans would stay, but if they're heading out, typically means that good things are happening.
Jump off of Xavier Knox, grabs it out of the air. Knox puts it in, just misses. All right, so one last heave incoming for Avonworth until Bear Glove just got fouled.
We are now down to the final minute in regulation of this one, and you know, Joe, something tells me we're not getting extra basketball tonight.
You always love some free basketball, but as much as you have free basketball, you love winning basketball. That one goes to the three, and that one just can't get it. Cooper Donovan trying to look for it. Bounce the bet out. He's got a man down low. We can't find him. He's going to find it onto the fourth side, and just missed that ball. And here we go. 24, Daniel Tanis.
Tanous checking into the game. And with 25 ticks left, you feel Peters Township just running this all the way down.
As cough dogs right here. Don't want to rub in their face. Or will they? Yeah, looks like they're just going to pass it around.
Also, Brian Devine checked into the game. I missed that one. Number 23 getting involved for the first time as Cooper Donovan will dribble this one out in your final from AHN Arena. Peters Township 68, Avonworth 41.
Good luck this season, boys. Good playing. Good. Everyone got a bit touches a few games. All right, we'll be back tomorrow versus North Point, I think. 68-41. What more can you ask?
Signing off.
Signing off.